In this assignment, I will conduct a functional movement screening assessment and objective strength and range of motion testing on my chosen patient. My patient is Brian, a 58-year-old man with a history of thoracic spine pain and stiffness, knee dislocations and meniscal tears with one knee requiring surgery, and calf tears. My patient is a recreational runner who has taken part in 10 marathons but has not ranked consistently in 4 years due to pain, surgeries, and increased working hours. The patient wants to improve his overall functional movement and increase his range of motion and flexibility. The below videos and tables will illustrate the FMS assessment and the patient's performance scores. And just try to get low and keep your body as straight as you can. And then just do a couple of them. The first test is the deep squat. I instructed the patient to keep feet shoulder width apart, to keep their knees aligned over their feet, and to squat as deep as possible, keeping their trunk as straight as possible and keeping the dowel aligned over the feet. The patient does not score a 3 as his torso is not parallel with his tibia, his femur is not below horizontal, and the dowel isn't aligned over the feet. Really focus on keeping that trunk straight.
And do we hold it at the bottom?
Yeah, and for like a second and come up. Yeah. And then just do a few of them, really focus on that, keeping that trunk straight. After modifying the test with the FMS board under the patient's heels, the patient did not score 2 as his femur was not below horizontal and the dowel was not in line with his feet. Although his tibia and torso were parallel and his knees were aligned over his feet, I believe a score of 1 would be more appropriate. What I want you to do is just, you can hold it over your shoulder like this, and then I want you to be toes like feet in line with the board. I want you just to reach up and over and touch the heel over, and then come back over and try to go more. Then move over a little bit, so you're in line with it. Yeah, and then just try to lift your feet up, your foot up, keep it straight, and then just lift it over. Yeah, touch it over there, and then bring it back over. Okay. Do it again. Yeah. Yeah, just once more each side. This test is called the hurdle step. I instructed the patient to balance on one leg and raise their other leg over the rubber cord and clear the cord without touching it and touch their foot off the floor on the opposite side and slowly raise their leg back over the cord and into a standing start. The patient does not score 3 as there is movement noted in their lumbar spine during hip flexion and his hips, knees and ankles do not remain aligned in the sagittal plane, so he is awarded a score of 2. Yeah, just do 2 more if that's alright. That's it. This test is the inline lunge. The patient is instructed to stand on the FMS board with their lead foot at 0 centimeters and their back foot at their tibial tuberosity measurement height. They hold the dowel vertically along their spine so their head, thoracic spine, and sacrum all touch the dowel. The patient lowers down into a lunge and touches their knee off the board and returns to the starting position. The patient does not score 3 as their dowel does not remain vertical, torso movement is noted, and their knee does not touch the board behind the heel of the front foot. So a score of 2 would be appropriate. And go. Just try to get slightly lower if you can. Yeah. One, do it there if you mind. Yeah. Bring it together as close as you can. This is the shoulder mobility test. The patient is instructed to bring one arm over and behind their back and bring their opposite arm under and behind their back and try to bring their hands together, keeping their hands in a fist. The patient doesn't score a 3 as the fists are further between each other than 1 hand length. The patient scores a 2 on both sides as the fist is between 1.5 hand lengths. Alright, and just hold that for 1 second. 3, 2, 1. If you could do it on the other side as well there. Yeah, bring them together. And just keep fists, yeah. Grand. No, just I'm going to measure between, just make sure I'm not getting away from this. I'm going to feel your ASIS, which is your anterior, superior iliac crest. So,
Yeah, done.
and then between there, your hip bone, and between your patella, so it's both there. And then I'm going to just go here, and then I want you just to raise this leg, keep it as straight as possible, and then keep your toes pointed upwards, and just go when you're ready, right? Yeah, and just put down. And I want you to go as straight as you can, because it gets to a point where like a natural bend in the knees hurts. So just keep it as straight as you can, and just when you feel it bending, stop.
Okay. So you want me to point the toe?
No, I want you to keep the toe toes
straight.
Yeah.
So like that.
Yeah. This is the active straight leg raise. The patient is instructed to lie on their back and raise their leg as high as possible while keeping their leg straight. The patient does not score a 3 as the malleolus of their ankle was not in line between their mid-thigh and ASIS, so they score a 2, as their malleolus was in line between their mid-thigh and their knee joint line. Just the same thing. Yeah, and bring it down again. And really just focus on keeping that straight leg and just try not to get that bend in that knee. Alright. Yeah.
Do it again?
Yeah, one more time. And relax. 3, 2, 1. You can just try there. Have a few. Yeah, really good. Just do a few more. Yeah. This test is called the trunk stability push-up test. The patient lies on their stomach on the floor and has their arms on the floor above their head with their thumbs in line with their forehead and push their body up in one fluid motion. The patient does not score a 3 as there is some lag in the spine during the push-up, so a 2 would be an appropriate score. You have to bring your elbow and knee together. Yeah. Okay. This test is called the rotatory stability test. The patient is instructed to go on all fours with one hand and one knee on the FMS board and extend their leg back and arm forward on the opposite side. The patient doesn't score a 3 as they cannot perform a correct unilateral repetition without losing balance. So the test is modified to do a diagonal repetition which the patient can perform, earning them a score of 2.